station of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Fox Sports.
So far, Tampa Bay's 10-game homestand has been filled with frustration, dropping 4 of their first 6 games. But today, the Rays will look to turn it all around as 12-game winner David Price goes to the hill in the series finale versus the Cleveland Indians. Catch all the action on Sun Sports. The Rays' longest stay at home continues this afternoon as they wrap up their series against the Cleveland Indians. The Rays trying to rebound after a frustrating loss last night. They dropped 2 of 3 to Cleveland and stand 2-4 on the homestand. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an afternoon of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats, Todd Callis along in just a moment. Well, the Rays are in need of a victory. They'll send their stopper to the mound. David Price looking for a major league high win number 13 today.
Well, you couldn't send a better guy to the hill today in David Price, and you combine that with the fact that he's had a lot of success against his Cleveland Indian ball club. Last 4 starts, 4-0 record. Look at that ERA, that opponent's average. But really, David has been doing that all season long. 12-4 right now, the 2.8 earned run average. And this is a guy, once again, fastball, glove side. If he's able to get it there, consistency, the curveball comes around, backdoor cutter, changeup. He's very good. He's going to be opposed by Ubaldo Jimenez, and really Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is a guy that can be very, very good when he's mechanically sound. The Rays saw that in his last start against them, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. But in the following start against Toronto, the mechanics come unglued a little bit. He doesn't get out of the 3rd inning, so it'll be interesting to see what Ubaldo shows up this afternoon.
And we'll take a little closer look at the starting pitching matchup. Ubaldo Jimenez, just 2 years ago, a 19-game winner in Colorado, 8-8 this year. David Price, after number 13, in with a mark of 12-4. Starting pitching matchup brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Rays and the Indians concluding their series. Despite all the frustration, the Rays are still very much a part of the wild card race. And when we come back, Todd Callis goes wild. Wild card, that is.
this 4-game set with the Cleveland Indians. Chris Westmoreland stole his glasses, apparently. What's up with that? Tom Foley making sure they're nice and clean for today's game as we get ready for baseball on this Thursday afternoon. 12:10 first pitch. You know, the Rays are only 2 games over 500 right now, but now with the advent of the second wild card, it's a little bit different. In the past, the Rays would be looking at a big deficit maybe. You know, the Angels would be about 3 games ahead, and the Yankees are 10.5 games ahead in the East. But here the Rays are just 1 game back. Things can change in a hurry in the crazy wild card chase. And for Joe Madden, when Major League Baseball instituted that second wild card, they really had this kind of thing in mind.
Mission accomplished, I guess, right? If that many teams are involved, that many fan bases are involved, that makes things very interesting. Honestly, it can stay pretty close for a while. I don't see why it should really separate. Very few teams have really played well for stretches. I mean, the Yankees have it. The Angels kind of gotten their thing back together a little bit out west. Texas has vacillated. We vacillated. So nobody's really just kicking it. So it can remain relatively close for a while, I think.
It certainly is close right now with 70 games to go, just over 3 minutes until the first pitch. A big crowd that's going to keep getting bigger. A lot of buses unloading kids on Park and Rec Day here at Tropicana Field. David Price against Ubaldo Jimenez to wrap up this series with the Indians right around the corner. Enjoy.
Brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today for great deals on the amazing lineup of Toyota vehicles. Toyota moving forward. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Tires Plus. The plus is in everything we do. Rays baseball against the Cleveland Indians. The matinee version, the wrap-up game of the series, wrap-up game of the season series between these two teams. Starting lineup for Cleveland. Shin-Soo Choo is going to lead it off in right, followed by Asdrubal Cabrera. Jason Kipnis hits third. The DH is Michael Brantley, and Carlos Santana will play first base. Jose Lopez at third hits sixth, and Shelly Duncan in the lineup. His big right-handed bat in left. Lou Larson will catch. Aaron Cunningham, very good defensive outfielder, will play center and bat ninth.
Well, taking the mound this afternoon for the Tampa Bay Rays, going to be left-hander David Price, making his 19th start of the season. Already has equaled his win total from last year with 12, looking to build off of that, and he has been throwing the ball very well lately. 4-0 in his last 5 starts. Rolling up and out of bed early, ready to go. Take a look at the defense as it lines up behind David. In the outfield, left to right, Desmond Jennings, B.J. Upton, and Hideki Matsui. Across the infield, third to first, Jeff Keppinger, Sean Rodriguez, Ben Zobrist, and Carlos Pena. Jose Molina will be behind the plate. This afternoon's Ray defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarkets, home of the new Sweet Spot Burgers.
And there's Joe Madden after his first ejection of the year last night. His 24th as a member of the Rays, 25th in his career, and in a good mood as he got to the ballpark this morning. Manny Acta, 3rd season with the Indians, and all business today for Manny Acta. His club with that comeback victory last night. We're set to play ball. David Price on the hill for the Rays. Here is Shin-Soo Choo. He had a couple hits last night. The first pitch of this game is looped foul back at third. 1 hop. That first pitch presented by Pinch a Penny. Strike the count to Choo.
It's all down from here.
Hey, Dad was outnumbered there. That younger generation donning the Rays gear. Swing and a miss. The count is 0-2.
How nasty is that? 95 miles an hour left on left with a little late finish to get under the bat of Choo.
Pitch is wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's really what has separated David Price this year, is the command of that fastball. He has been very good with it to both sides of the plate. And the velocity has been outstanding.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and that's something that has stayed with him even as the pitch count would mount. And he's had a full variety of pitches. We really watched him develop into a full-fledged top-flight major league pitcher. 2-2 still the count here. Breaking ball that Choo got a little piece of that one. We've seen the fastball, the curveball, and cutter occasionally, and a changeup occasionally. All of that good.
In April, we were talking about David Price off to a little bit of a slow start. We kept harping on, got to develop those secondary pitches. Well, has he ever in the same season?
The soft little looper into shallow center. Hustling out there, Zobrist makes a little gazelle-like leap to grab that one. 1 away.
That was very Rockettish. Here it is.
Barishnikov, if you will.
Yes, I will.
1 away.
Yeah, really amazing with those secondary pitches and the way that curveballs come around. You know, he before would throw the curveball. Sometimes the slider would almost get caught in between, but he's going with that spike curve. That's been a very good pitch.
Here's Cabrera batting right-handed. Thinking that pitch a little wide stayed away from him. As Drupal Cabrera had been struggling until last night. He had 3 hits and lines this one to Zobrist. Fastball and the soft liner. 2 gone. Well, David Price starting this one with a record of 12-4. Trying to push that to 13 right now, tied with R.A. Dickey, Gio Gonzalez, and Matt Harrison.
Pretty good company there, and you start looking around. Harrison a lefty, Gonzalez a lefty, Dickey a knuckleballer. Obviously David Price a lefty.
2 up, 2 down. Here's Jason Kipnis. Pitch is a strike. Price starting this 10 minutes past noon game. This one is down 1-1. Pitchers are such creatures of habit and routine. You love to pitch day games, but it does represent a difference in your routine.
Absolutely does. You know, a lot of guys, they like what they have for lunch, what they do during the day to get their mind off the start.
Chop again. This time it's Zobrist making the play. A busy first for Ben Zobrist. We head into the bottom half of the first inning. No score. Brought to you by H.H. Gregg. Rays will have B.J. Upton again leading off, followed by Carlos Pena and Ben Zobrist. Luke Scott, the DH, in front of Jeff Keppinger, and Hideki Matsui in right field. Desmond Jennings in left. Jose Molina will catch. Sean Rodriguez in there at shortstop against Ubaldo Jimenez. And the first pitch lined into left. There's a base hit. First pitch fastball, and Upton ready for it. Rays have a base runner.
Well, let's take a look at the scouting report on Ubaldo Jimenez, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida. Return to form, 8-8 this year, ERA over 5, looking to get back to that form he had in Colorado 2010, where he went 19-8 with a 2.88 earned run average. And to do that, he's got to bury the front shoulder. When his front side stays closed towards home plate, he puts that front shoulder into the catcher's mitt. Ubaldo is very good. When it starts to fly open early, the mechanics go south, the ball's sprayed around all over the place. Bad things happen.
Here's Carlos Pena. The pitch is high. The two things that really jump out at me with Jimenez is the walk total, and he can walk 4, 5, 6 guys in an outing. And when you look at the success he had with the Rockies and what he is doing with the Indians, he threw more ground balls with Colorado than he has with Cleveland. High fly ball, center field. Cunningham is there and makes the catch.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. His ground ball percentage for his career, and that's taking into account this year, is up over 60%, between 60-65%. This year, he's right at 50-50. I mean, he's in that same range where you see Jeremy Hellickson, who obviously a noted fly ball pitcher. But you can see the walks there, too.
62 and just over 104 innings this year. So the walk total high and a lot of fly balls.
Not a very good combination.
Ben Zobrist looking at a strike.
But as you can see with Jimenez here, even early on, after the first pitch, everything's about the mechanics. And you can see how they can be inconsistent, how they can go south in a hurry. There's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts, a lot of arms, legs, everything.
Over to first. BJ is back in.
One thing that he does like to say is that when his arm goes behind his back, and you'll see it go way back there and the wrist kind of curls, he wants to make sure that that continues to move. When it pauses back there, that's when he starts to get into trouble also.
0-2. Zobrist missing a fastball.
There it is, trying to power that fastball, gets it above the belt.
Pitch stayed in. Started to come back, but was off the plate. It's 1-2. Jimenez 19-8 in that big year he had with the Rockies in 2010, and also did a pretty good job controlling the running game back then. Line drive, base hit into right center field. Chu cuts it off. Upton goes to third. First and third for the Rays with one out.
Now let's take a quick look at the Indian defense as it lines up this afternoon. Outfield left to right, Shelley Duncan, Aaron Cunningham, and Shin-Soo Choo. Across the infield, third to first, Jose Lopez. As Drupal Cabrera, Jason Kipnis, and Carlos Santana. Lou Marson will get the call behind the plate. This afternoon's Indian defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of the new Sweet Spot Burger.
Well, the Rays will have Luke Scott up here. Scott coming off last night's outstanding performance with 4 hits and a walk. He swung the bat very well against this Cleveland club, and 2 for 2 with a home run off Jimenez in his career. Pitch is down, a ball and no strikes. You can take a look here on our Toyota trend. Luke in 7 games against the Indians, hitting .414, 12 out of 29.
He broke out of that prolonged slump 0 for 41 and then said, I'm just going to torch these guys. Got him awfully excited. Had a big night last night.
Which is too low. 2-0, 4 hits in a game for the 3rd time in his career. One of those for the first time against or with Houston. Against Arizona back in 06. One with Baltimore, now one with the Rays. Takes a strike. It's dropping in there, and it's 2-1. Ubaldo Jimenez, 28 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. And the Rays threaten to score here in the first inning against him. Takes the count to 2-2.
A nasty little off speed. Looked like that was the split finger. Look at that ball just drop and tail off. Looked like that was a fastball right down the middle. It's gone.
Scott with 11 home runs, 44 runs batted in, and he is out on strikes. Came back with that same pitch, the split that he got strike 2 on, and strikes him out with it.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you? As good as that first one was, and here he comes again. This one he keeps out over the plate. And you see Marson got the glove underneath the baseball.
So it'll be up to Jeff Keppinger. Keppinger 0 for 9 lifetime against this right-hander. Pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes.
We haven't had a chance to remark yet, but boy, you gotta love the noon start Sox. B.J. Upton, Jeff Keppinger, the old ribbons. It's like American Legion, 1980s baseball.
Pitch inside, 2-0. There you go.
Yeah, the all-in-one.
Sean Rodriguez getting in on that act as well.
Yeah.
It's BJ down at third.
Well, you know, they win. You know, double elimination tournament. You win, you play again at 6, so you got to be ready to go.
Pitch is low, a fastball. Now 3-0. Hideki Matsui is on deck. Goes the runner off first. Cut the miss. Keppinger swinging 3-0. Zobrist gets a steal. Now 2 men in scoring position. And that's wide for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded here with 2 outs. And Hideki Matsui walks toward the plate. Matsui getting a start in right field. Matt Joyce back with the team and started the last couple games. Joyce stiff and sore. So Matsui is in the lineup today.
And what a big spot for Matsui. You know, the season has not gone as Hideki would have liked so far, but boy, you can do a lot to erase that right here with the bases juiced. First inning of a ball game.
And he takes a big cut at that first pitch fastball and missed it. Strike 1.
And it looked to be a little bit tardy too. That went at 93, and Jimenez powered it right by him.
A little tailing action on that fastball, and Matsui trying to get out front, but pulled off that pitch. No, he takes that one in there for strike 2, and that had a little of that split action in it. A little harder. That one in the upper 80s. He's gone 86, 87, and 88 with that pitch. Pitch is foul back. Mid-90s with that fastball following up the split. Two on Matsui. He fouls it. Breaking pitch had him out in front a little bit. We've seen the variety of pitches from the right-hander.
Couple off speed in a row here by Jimenez. Still 0-2. Maybe something up and away, that heater.
And Matsui fouls that one. That had some action on it.
Yeah, this would be a good chance or good spot here to throw that fastball. You still have the count 0-2. You could try to throw it out of the zone. You've come with 3 straight off speed. Able to go down and foul that one off, as well as the third ball.
Two again, and a swing and a miss. He strikes him out on the fastball. So the Rays threaten, but they leave the bases loaded. No score through 1.
Tropicana Field and scoreless. For all the latest updates, your Tampa Bay Rays, log on to TampaBay.com. From the diamond to the clubhouse, we bring you the in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day only at TampaBay.com, powered by the Tampa Bay Times.
The Rays threatened in the first after picking up 10 hits and 10 walks last night and leaving 12 men on base. First time ever the Rays had as many as 10 hits and 10 walks in a game and lost the game. And so a first inning threat but no score as they leave the bases loaded, and we go to the second. Michael Brantley to lead it off for Cleveland. And the pitch is a strike call to Brantley. Santana and then Lopez here against David Price. One ball, one strike. And a good run for Brantley, including a couple hits last night. Run batted in and a run scored. Ground ball again to Zobrist. Well, this is turning out to be a habit. Zobrist with 2 putouts and an assist in the first inning, and an assist here to start the second. Now Carlos Santana, who's playing first base. Santana, switch hitter. Averaged .217 from the right side. He takes the first pitch off speed. There's a change in for a strike. One and one. David Price, 26 years old, out there for the 19th time this year. Coming off a victory over Boston his last time. Drops a curveball in. It's a strike, and it's 1-2.
That was a nice grab there by Molino. That ball's breaking down. You know, it's a lot of catchers, if they catch that with the glove moving down, they don't get that call, but he's able to stiffen right there and make that catch. We saw Jose Lobaton do that also.
Pitch outside. 2-2.
Something these guys obviously trying to work on.
Two balls, two strikes. There's a pitch too low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And he lost him. So Price gives up a walk. Doing a 3-2 changeup to walk him. So had a couple of those pitches in play there, and that at bat. Jose Lopez now about to step in. Lopez at 254. After the first pitch, fouling it away. Trying to catch up to the fastball. Price has done the last 5 times out, coming off the win over the Boston Red Sox the last time.
A lot of numbers to like. 4-0 record, good ERA. How about 7+ in every start?
That's a strike. 0-2.
Got that innings pitched. Tell you what, anytime you can pitch 7, get into the 8th inning, shorten up the ball game, turn it over to the Rays bullpen. It's been so very, very good.
Well, he has 4 wins and a no decision in that stretch. The no decision was the game in which he gave up only 1 run in 7 innings against the Yankees. The Rays dropped that game 4-3. 0-2 the count on Lopez. Pitches foul. We're talking about the routine of pitchers of going from a night game to a day game, and this one starting just a little past noon. Price had said the other night he wasn't sure if he was going to get up early and eat breakfast or if he was going to maybe eat late and then go to bed. Do you have a preference?
No, I mean, I roll out of bed and grab some breakfast and go pitch. I mean, that was it. If it was a night game, then, you know, I'd go and eat about the same amount of time before the game.
High popper on the infield. Zobrist under this one and makes the catch.
But where I think it affects guys, because you're going to have to eat, you know, a couple of hours, whatever it is, before day game. Maybe you eat at, you know, a 12 o'clock game, you eat at 9. Maybe in a 7 o'clock game, you eat at 4. You know, whatever your time is. But it's the time to kill during the day. You know, I like to roll out of bed and get going. Just
get it done.
Yeah, let's go pitch and let's play. You know, if I found myself just doing random time-killing exercises during the day to get to that 7 o'clock start, where other guys prefer that. You know, they like to go walk around at the mall if you're on a road trip and got their different routines, but you've got to come up with one for both.
Duncan a little late right there. Strike 1. Did you ever check your numbers? Did you pitch better during the day?
In my mind, I pitch better during the days, but who knows? I look at my numbers now, and it's like a horror novel.
You're really too hard on yourself.
Well, you listen.
One strike the count to Duncan. 0-2. There used to be a time when pitchers preferred, their hitters preferred daytime because they felt they saw the ball better in the day than they did under the lights at night. So pitchers thought that might be something of a disadvantage.
Yeah, I used to like really, really cold days and overly hot days because you knew that you could listen to your own guys complaining. That's so cold, this and that and the other. Well, I'm going to get loose. And when I get loose, I'm going to pump a few fastballs. They're not 95, but I'm going to pump some fastballs in. You're not going to want to get jammed in this kind of weather. And so mentally, you felt like you had an advantage. The same thing when it was really hot. You played those day games up in Cincinnati on the turf, and it's 120 degrees coming off the turf. You know that nobody wants to be out there. So you tell yourself, I do. And if I'm the one guy that wants to play today, I'll win.
The high popper, short left. Rodriguez out from shortstop. John under it makes the catch. And so that retires the side. The ultimate contrarian, Brian Anderson, no score through an inning and a half.
The second inning between the Indians and the Rays. Time for our Autoway text poll question of the afternoon. Which local product has made the biggest impact in their time with the Rays? TB1 Wade Boggs, TB2 Johnny Damon, TB3 Matt Joyce, TB4 Casey Kochman, TB5 Fred McGriff. Text your votes to 7979, standard message and data rate supply. We'll have the results in the Rays Live post-game show, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Todd. Desmond Jennings leads off for the Rays. First pitch from Ubaldo Jimenez is wide. 1-0. Jennings, Molina, and then Rodriguez. It's a strike. 1-1. Rays had the bases loaded in the first, did not score. And 2 the count. Things have been better recently for Desmond Jennings, and that coincides with being dropped down in the lineup. He's been hitting 7th most of the time. Had a game when he hit 8th. And last night he was on base 4 times. 3 hits, including a bunt hit. Walk. The time they got him out, he drove in a run, and 2 runs batted in. Behind in the count, 1-2 right now. And there's strike 3, a fastball. 1 away.
Well, in today's game and all season long, Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run, televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
I know that you weren't the kind of guy who looked at your record all the time, and even post-playing, you still do not do that. But Rick Odioso, our statistician, does that for you. And I'm happy to inform you that your success rate was much better at night, because I've heard that
was it?
About you anyway. The pitch is wide, 2-0. Yeah, you were
well, I
a better
enjoyed
pitcher at night.
I enjoyed the daytime more.
There you go.
Well, there you go. It's right. Interesting. You guys looked up baseball numbers, right?
Well, I mean, they seem to coincide.
Oh.
Better record at night across the board. Over 500.
What can I say?
And ball 4, Molina draws the walk on 4 pitches. So there you go. Just for the record.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
I did, and honestly, I did not know that. I know that I preferred to get up and, I love doing day games.
Yep.
I love that.
You gave up almost 1/3 of a run less
at night.
So you, yeah.
That's what you get when you don't know your own numbers.
Sean Rodriguez. The pitch is in there for a strike.
I could have, if we would have bet on that, I would have lost.
Yep.
And I'm the one that did it. Pretty poor.
There's a foul ball, going to be out of play. Runner at first, Molina. He walked on 4 pitches. Sean Rodriguez up here with a count of 2 strikes. And strike 3 called. Rodriguez caught looking at a fastball. 2 called third strikes in the inning, both on the fastball.
Yeah, and catching a lot of plate with both of them. 2 hitters that got locked up. Here it is, trying to go away. This right there.
Now the top of the order. Here's B.J. Upton. Pitch is upstairs, 1-0. B.J. lined a base hit into left on a fastball to start the Rays first. He was stranded at third eventually. fastball from Jimenez, and that's a called strike. 1-1. There goes Molina. The pitch is a ball, and Molina's in with a steal. How about that? Jose Molina picks up a stolen base. Well, Jimenez just didn't pay any attention at all, and you can read the facial expressions of both Joe Madden and Davey Martinez on that one.
That says it all. And in fact, I almost said Jimenez is going to go right after B.J. Upton, knowing that Molina's not going to run.
A little popper, foul ball, first base side. Santana gloves it, and that will retire the side. Well, we go to the third. No score. Indians wrapping up this series. You know, stolen base for Jose Molina. You know, he is 13 out of 18 in his career for steals.
You know what this does right here is this is going to put Ubaldo Jimenez and the Cleveland Indians on alert. And they're saying right now, if they're going to run Jose Molina, they're going to run everybody. So you're going to have a pitcher who's going to be paying close attention to every Ray that gets over there at first base. And if you start to do that, maybe the mind gets divided a little bit. You get some pitches to hit.
Well, Zober stole a base in the first, so they have 2. Jimenez has had 17 steals against him, only 3 caught stealings. And, you know, back we referenced a couple of times his 2010 season with the Rockies. There were 12 steals against him that year, 13 caught stealings, and a couple pickoffs. But rapid decline in that department since then. And the pitch to Lou Marson taken for a strike. So the Rays 2 for 2 here against him today. One and one. Aaron Cunningham will be next, and then the top of the order, the right fielder Chu. Strike 2. Fastball 96. 1-2. Two and 2 now. Price walks Santana with 1 out in the second inning after a 1-2-3 first. 2-2 to Marson. Down to first base, Pena. And Price will have to get over there to cover and beat Marson in.
And you know what? Tremendous job, Carlos Pena on the flip. David Price was a little slow on his break to first and realizing it was going to be a close foot race. Pena didn't shuffle the ball directly to him. He put it out in front of him, forced him to have to continue to run. You see the late break, and look where the feed is. Way out in front to lead him to the bag. Nicely done by Carlos.
So that's the first out here in the third.
And so many times they'll shovel that pitch right to the pitcher. That'll force him to slow up just a touch, and then it becomes a really close play at first.
Pena was not quite, but almost halfway down to second when he came up with that ground ball. So a nice job all the way around. There in Cunningham. Cunningham making the start in center field. The strike. Cunningham has been in quite a few games this year, but hasn't started many. Most of his action has been as a defensive replacement. But he gets the start here against the 97-mile-per-hour fastball to David Price, and is down 0-2. Ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball got him. Couple fastballs and the curveball.
That was sweet right there. First of all, the pitch by David Price, that spike curve, and then watch the throwdown by Molina. There you go. Strike 3. Here's the throwdown. And Jeff Keminger called for a fair catch. That was awesome.
It is. High toss. A lot of hang time. Here's Chu at the top of the order. Just low, 1 ball.
I was actually being serious about Keminger. Watch him call for the fair catch. There he is. Can't touch him after that.
Series right there. And he's turning from that breaking ball, and it's in there for a strike.
Well, he's got the football pants on, so it fits. Another good breaking ball. You see Chu pulling out of the way.
Started to go, but did not offer. Rays the appeal. 2-1. Chopper up the first base side. That's a foul ball. 2-2. Price making his first appearance against the Indians this year. Last start against them was in May of 2011. He had 12 strikeouts and 7 shutout innings that day. Here at Tropicana Field, a 5-0 Rays win. Strike 3 call, a fastball at 98 gets him looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Bottom of the third coming, no score.
of kids here from park and recreation centers throughout the area, including this whole section of Price's Pals right here. Yesterday, David Price speaking to a couple of park and rec centers right here in the St. Petersburg area. The one is right across the street there, Skyway Park. Also, Desmond Jennings with Jennings Juniors. He sponsors 3 different dugout club centers. BJ Upton has a couple as well, as all those guys have their little groups. Jennings Juniors, Price's Pals, you guys can all wave. They're enjoying baseball. Thunder Sticks, everything's good right now. We've got candy, we've got food, and those guys have a stay healthy, stay involved, stay in school. That's their initiative that they keep pounding in these kids year after year. They go out and talk to the kids before the games, and then they get out here and enjoy a little Thursday afternoon baseball. So Price's Pals, you can all wave. Thank you, guys. Back to you.
And the best part is they get to take the Thunder Sticks home with them. Here's Carlos Pena fouling that pitch back. The count is 1-1. The bottom of the 3rd underway.
The parents are thrilled.
Yep.
By the way, I love the Todd Callis camouflage. Remember when we were in old Pro Players Stadium or Joe Robbie, whatever it was called?
Yeah, we couldn't see him because he's wearing
same thing. Look at that.
Shirt.
It's like a floating head.
Yep. Got his head in a tie. Pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike. Todd out there. The future voters.
That's right. A brave man.
Zobrist will be next, and then Scott. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rays have left 4 men on base here in the first 2 innings, 3 of them in scoring position. Pena lifts a high foul. Carry on a play. Count holding at 2-2.
Now he was able to strike out Carlos Pena in their first meeting back up in Cleveland on a good split. This would be a great opportunity to come with it here. A 2-2 count. He just got him to swing at a fastball up, throw the split right off of that.
And he gets him looking. That's exactly what he did, and got the call 3rd strike. Strikeout number 5.
You come up in the zone with that fastball. He swings and fouls it off. Throw this right off of it. Try to get him to chase. But here, Carlos just takes it. Definitely a strike. Good idea. Great execution there by Jimenez.
Ben Zobrist. Pitch is too high. Ben singled in the first. Rays got 2 runs in 6 innings on 5 hits off Jimenez in Cleveland. (2-0). Indians won that game 7-3. Zobrist pops it up. That's a foul ball. Marson's going to have room and makes the catch. Once he cleared the plate umpire, C.B. Buckner, he went right after that pop foul.
Well, follow the Rays with the MLB.com @BAT12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and much, much more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit RaysBaseball.com for details.
Now Luke Scott, he was victimized by the split first time up when Jimenez struck him out. Luke was 2 for 2 off Jimenez in Cleveland, including a home run. First pitch is away. Starts him with the split. 1-0. Jimenez has been good. He's been very good, and when he's been bad, he's been very bad. 8-8 overall. Made 10 starts which he's won 8 and had 2 no decisions, and then 8 starts. When he was 0-8 when he wins or pitches into a no decision, that earned run average is 256, and in his 8 losses his earned run average is 9. Swing and a drive high and deep to right. Chews back to the wall. Gone. A home run off the bat of Luke Scott. He hit the catwalk out there in right field, and the ball deflected down in front of Chew. But that ball is gone for home run number 12. And the Rays take a 1-0 lead. His second home run in the last 2 outings against Jimenez.
Now this pitch just stays up. You see Luke's able to get extended, really drive that baseball. Look at that finish. Height. Here's the catwalk. Bam.
Keppinger waving and missing. Strike 1. Well, that split just stayed up, and Scott elevated it even further. One and one. Keppinger shoots it into right center field. That's going to be in there. Go all the way to the wall. Keppinger heads to second. Now turns, and he's going to shoot for 3. And he will make it ahead of the throw. Keppinger got a second win coming around second, and makes it to third with his first triple of the year.
That's exactly what it looked like after he shoots the gap out there, realizing that the outfielders Cunningham and Chew. First of all, he's take a look at where he drives this ball. It was up and away. Plays Pepper with the gap. And then right here, let that ball roll all the way there and then playing it off. There was the second win.
And here's Hideki Matsui. Pitch is up, 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Scott hit the home run. Keppinger smoked it into right center field and wound up with a triple. Matsui trying to get him home. He hits a high shot back into right center. And some confusion out there before Chew finally steps in front of Cunningham. And he makes the catch to retire the side. Rays get a run on the home run by Luke Scott. His 12th of the year, and the Rays lead 1-0. Rays have a 1-0 lead for David Price. Price threw 3. He's picked up a couple strikeouts. Given up a walk. 42 pitches for Price through the front 3. He'll face Cabrera, Kipnis, and Brantley here in the 4th. Price 12-4 coming into this game. Fastball is wide to Cabrera. David 12-13 a year ago in 34 starts. Two and 0. Two balls, no strikes. It's foul, out of play. 2-1. Shoots it foul. 1-1. There's Drupal Cabrera, 26-year-old infielder. Made the All-Star team this year. Started to struggle a bit just before the break. Last year, a very good second half, and he tailed off some in the. A very good first half. He tailed off a bit in the second half. He had 293. The first half last year, a little over 240 the rest of the way. And he hit that little dry spell leading up to the break. And just out of it, but last night hit the ball well. Full count right now. Asking for time, and it's granted by C.B. Bucknor. Had 3 hits and actually hit the ball very hard his first time up when he lined to Zobrist. He could have had 4 hits the way he hit the ball last night. Fouls this one out of play. They're now 2 of 11 lifetime against Price. And the 3-2 again. Foul ball one more time.
And that was a nice job there. Cabrera fighting off that curveball from Price.
That's the thing about Price now. You know, he went 3-2 to Santana, walked him with a change. Came 3-2 with a curveball there.
Yeah, he's not afraid. That goes to show you the confidence that he has in those secondary pitches.
Yep.
You know, before 3-2, I mean, you could just book it, slam it down a fastball.
This pitch is fouled away.
Even that was a cutter.
Yep.
Little backdoor cutter. So David Price showing that, and I'll tell you what, that doesn't just affect the at-bat of Asdrubal Cabrera, but it serves everybody in that Indians dugout sees that, and they say to themselves, hey, this guy's willing to throw any pitch in any count. When you have the stuff like David Price at his command, it'll only help you.
He'll try the 3-2 again. And it's skied to right. Matsui angling a bit on it and makes the catch. Finally went to the fastball and got him, but only after he had seen a couple other pitches 3-2. Time now for the AT&T trivia question of the day. Last night, Joe Maddon's 24th career ejection. Which manager is the all-time leader in career ejections? That's his 24th with the Rays. His 25th overall. There's Kipnis. The pitch is down. ball, no strikes. Two and 0. Ground ball headed back toward the middle. Picked up by Rodriguez. So 2 outs. Just a little refresher course. Here's what led to the ejection last night.
Well, breaking ball, backdoor, that was off the plate. And then this is the one that Joe really was fed up with later in the game, the Kipnis. That would lead to this, and that would open the floodgates for the Cleveland Indians.
Joe went out to draw the plate umpire to the mound, and then the minute you start talking about balls and strikes, you're gone.
Yeah, absolutely. And then get your money's worth at that point.
Brantley bounces one foul. The other thing that was really tough to take on that Matt Joyce at bat, not only that last pitch, but there were 5 pitches in that at bat. All 5 were out of the strike zone, but the count was 2-2 when he called that last pitch a strike. So all 5 pitches were out of the zone. 1-1 the count to Brantley.
You know, and it's not like that Fox Tracks is the end-all be-all, but it's a great indicator. And when you're 0 for 5, and yet somehow there's 3 strikes on you, that'll start to...
Yeah, it upsets the manager.
A little bit.
There's ball 2. 2-1. And Madden, I think, was pretty even-handed about it in that he said, look, there were a lot of other things that the team did not do well. But he was pretty adamant about that call being missed. Well, 3 balls and a strike.
If that call is made, it covers up a lot of the other things that didn't go so well. And then you deal with them behind the scenes, but that exacerbates the issue. A few more hits, and before you know it, it's a blowout.
2 outs, base is empty. Got the miss. So the count is full.
At the end of the day, though, just like you said, Joe Madden, the manager, players should know a game doesn't come down to a one missed strike. There's a lot of other things during the course of the game you could have done better or made a better pitch.
And there's strike 3 call on a fastball. Brantley called out on strikes by C.B. Buckner. Bottom of the 4th coming, 1-0 Rays. home run. They're coming into bat in the bottom of the fourth, and we're coming in to get the answer to today's AT&T trivia question. And the manager's the all-time leader in career ejections. How about Bobby Cox with 153? Joe Madden has some catching up to do there with Bobby Cox. 153. And Bobby Cox is one of the nicest guys that you'd ever want to spend time with.
Well, look at that. I mean, just about doubled up La Russa.
Yeah, and look, Weaver didn't even break 100.
Yeah, nothing.
It's Jennings taking the pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes. Bobby Cox, great manager.
150.
I know. How about that? 2 high, 2-0. I mean, you know, Weaver was, when you think of Weaver, you think of that irascible personality.
3-run homers and getting tossed.
Yeah. No
Losing
sacrifice bunts, playing for the 3-run home run.
You got to give up an out.
And getting ejected.
Right.
But not even 100 times. And there is ball 4. Jennings draws a walk. So Desmond on. Jose Molina. Here's Molina looping one into right center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Jennings with a full head of steam heads into third. Nice read there by Jennings. He had third base in mind all the way from the break off first. And Molina's at first with a base hit on for the second time.
Yeah, walk, a stolen base. Now this ball right off the end of the bat, and Jennings absolutely sees that ball, knows it's going to drop in. It's not hit that well. It's going to die out there in right field, so he easily saw a little stutter step picking up Tom Foley over there at third. Telling him to get on over here.
So the Rays with base runners in every inning. First and third, nobody out for Sean Rodriguez. And that's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Jimenez coming off a 2 1/3 inning start Saturday against the Blue Jays in Toronto, in which he gave up 8 runs on 7 hits. And that pitch is down. See Rodriguez show the bunt. Molina was getting a little bit more than the secondary lead that time. 1-1. Big opportunity for the Rays to add to this 1-0 lead. Covered up by Marson. Nice job. The split down, and Marson keeps it in front of him. 2-1 to count to Sean. And the pitch is bunted, and the tag attempt, and Ubaldo Jimenez got Jennings. Well, he came charging in, scooped it up, and got the tag himself to defense that play.
Usually that's the only play, the only way that play can be foiled is if the pitcher is heavily involved. And here Jimenez does it all himself. This ball not quite far enough. Jimenez grabs it, but watch the ball almost come loose as he spins. That ball snow cone right there at the tip of the glove. Definitely gets the tag on Jennings. Well, that's a heck of a play by the pitcher.
So Jennings tagged out, one away with men at first and second. Now here's B.J. Upton. That's strike one. B.J. singled in the first. It's 1 for 2. To third. Lopez to second, 1. First base 2. Jimenez gets out of that on the double play ball, and the Rays do not score. 1-0 through 4.
Tampa leads the Cleveland Indians 1-0. This Saturday night gets a little sweeter when Gavin DeGraw takes the stage following the Rays versus Mariners game. Catch him perform all his hits like I Don't Want to Be, Not Over You, and Sweeter. Concert is free with the purchase ticket to that night's ball game. Not the day before, not the day after, Dwayne. It's got to be that night.
It's a great deal.
They buy a ticket to the game.
And a concert.
There you go. 2 for
Rays. Just keep adding them on, too.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yep.
I still don't think there's a better value in all of entertainment than that combination. David Price has made 60 pitches. Given up the walk, 3 strikeouts. That's it. He'll face Carlos Santana to begin the 5th. Lopez next, and then Duncan. Pitch in a bit. Fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Rays dropped the first game of the series 3-2, then won game 2 4-2. Dropped last night's game 10-6. This one was fouled back last night. One of the more disappointing losses. Frustrating and tougher to take for the Rays, I think, than most other losses. At the end of the day, a loss is a loss, but that one, probably a good idea that the Rays have to get right back out and play this 12-10 start today. 2 balls and a strike. The less said or thought about last night's game, the better.
Yeah, I mean, even a 140 game, 110, 12-10.
Yeah.
Perfect day for it.
3 balls and a strike. Ball 4, leadoff walk. Santana walks for the second time. The only base runner given up by Price, Santana, and he's walked him twice. Jose Lopez. Struck out his first time. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Off speed pitch. David Price with 12 wins. And the pitch just missed. A little bit wide. David coming off 5 wins in June. And that pitch just missing. Foul through the coaching box. 1-2.
Well, this was after really an uneven start to David Price's season. And you see where he's at right now, but you know he had that big game against the Angels where he was able to throw a shutout and had 2 runners on in the ninth. In those situations we've seen a lot of times manager Joe Maddon's going to come out and get you. He left David in there, ended up retiring Mark Trumbo on a weak fly ball to left on the first pitch, and boy did his confidence go through the roof after that game.
Liner into center field. That's going to drop on one hop in front of B.J. Upton. Upton gets the ball back toward third. A good job there, Upton, trying to deke Santana, the base runner, at first. That ball dropped in front of him.
Yeah, and you just don't want to deke so much that this ball squirts by you. You see how close B.J. gets. He holds off, and then you got to play a quick bounce. He's got quick hands.
So that's the first hit. Lopez at first, Santana at second. Shelley Duncan. Yeah, the game against the Angels you mentioned is only complete game of the year, a shutout. He made 119 pitches in that game. 119 his last time out as well. 1-0 the count to Duncan now. It's interesting how an outing like that can catapult your season, your development, confidence. Foul back in the game, a little different than it used to be. And, pitch count was not as big a part of the pitcher's outing as it might be now. But the get a young pitcher to wade through that situation and close the game out. It's a significant mark in his season.
Yeah, and you know what? And really thanks to Joe Maddon for allowing him that opportunity. There was a runner on and gave up a base hit. I think it was to Torrey Hunter. And then all of a sudden you had 2 runners on, and that's usually at the point in a ball game where Joe's like, listen, I gave you the chance. I gave you even with the runner on. Now another hit. Now I'm coming to get you. But he left him out there, and he was rewarded with a 1 pitch out to Trumbo. And I think David was appreciative of that. You're right. The confidence really grew from that start. He's just taken off.
2-1 now. Foul out of play by Duncan. And it's a 2-2 count. David working with 2 men on, nobody out. 2-2 to Duncan. Rays have had some opportunities. stranding 6 and scoring just 1 run. That came on Scott's 3rd inning home run. It's the first time the Indians have had a base runner as far as 2nd in this game, and Molina goes out to talk with David Price. Well, whether David Price had an early breakfast or a late dinner last night, he's been good today, and he's been pretty even with his day-night breakout. In fact, his nighttime earned run average in his young career is 3.28, and his daytime ERA is 3.27. Got 53 wins for his career, 35 and 21 at night, 18 and 9 during the daytime. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Duncan. Got him with his curve. 1 away.
Well, we saw just about the same pitch get Aaron Cunningham. Nasty hook.
Four strikeouts for Price. Had a couple of called third strikes on the fastball, and 2 now using the curveball. Lou Marson. And that pitch serves as strike 1. Ball wide. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Indians taking care of their business here. We do have some other day baseball going on in the major leagues today. Check with the runners, particularly back at 2nd, where Santana is jockeying back and forth. So Price steps back. Tigers have a 3-0 lead on the Angels in the top of the 3rd in Detroit. The Twins have a run in the bottom of the 1st. Leading Baltimore now 1-0. Runners go, swing and a miss, throw down to 3rd. They're going to get him. Santana cut down at 3rd base. Caught for the 3rd time this year. Lopez trails into 2nd, and the Rays cut down a Cleveland runner.
Well, here it is. There's the jump. Molina, catch, throw right there. Easy.
The hitter Marson goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Jose Molina, a part of the Rays running game with the stolen base of his own in the 2nd, and now he throws out a runner here in the 5th. One and 2 the count to Marson. This one low, skips away, and the runner's going to go to 3rd. Breaking pitch in the dirt. So that's a wild pitch. The 4th of the year charged to David Price.
Now this ball gets yanked way down and in as Jose slides over to block it. A little bit too far and off the chest protector and back to the screen.
So Jose Lopez is at 3rd with 2 outs, 2-2 the count to Marson. Marson fouls it out of play. Marson hit the ball down to 1st his first time up. That's the ball that Pena had to range far to his right and then lead Price to the bag with his toss. 2-2. And there's ball 3. A fastball in off the plate. The count is full. Twins have added another run in the bottom of the first, take a 2-0 lead on Baltimore. And the pitch misses inside for ball 4. Second walk of the inning, third of the game. First and third, 2 outs, and Aaron Cunningham will bat. David Price takes a little time, walking in back of the mound. Cunningham 0 for 1. Price struck him out on a curveball in the third. Starts him with a low fastball. 1-0. So 3 base runners in the inning. The caught stealing helping the Rays cause. 2 outs. Then on the corners. Pitch. Fly ball lifted into center. Upton is there, and DJ makes the catch. We'll head into the home half of inning 5. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Tropicana Field, the Rays facing Ubaldo Jimenez. Time for the Just For Men Auto Stop Foolproof Stat. Take a look at Jimenez and the year he had in 2010 with Colorado. He was third in the Cy Young Award balloting that year. What he has done since, the combination of the Rockies and the Indians. Just as Jimenez was very good in 2010, and the Indians hoping that he can return to that form. You can count on Just For Men Auto Stop for foolproof results. 1 strike the count. Carlos Pena leading off here. It's going to put him down in the count.
speed pitches here to Carlos.
The Rays have had some base runners, but still
Yeah.
only 1 run. They've had some opportunities, as they did last night. Pena shortens on the bat. Takes that pitch down and in with 2 strikes. The Indians put the severe shift on. And we've seen Pena a couple times actually with 2 strikes try to bunt with 2 strikes.
And we've seen a lot of bunt foul ball strikeouts with 2 strikes.
Not sure about the percentage of that.
Yeah.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Ball right side into shallow right. Kipnis flips the ball over there out of that shift. So on the shift, Pena's retired, second to first. Ben Zobrist.
Well, Manny Acta has to like what he's gotten out of Jimenez so far today. Been able to pitch out of some trouble, limit the Rays just to the 1 run with solo shot by Scott at this point.
Pitch inside to Ben. 1-0.
Problem is you've got David Price on the other side just firing blanks.
Two balls, no strikes. One 28-year-old right-hander Ubaldo Jimenez. That evens the count to Zobrist. 5 strikeouts for Jimenez in this game. They came in the front 3 innings. Rays have left 6 men on base through the front 4. It's foul back. And we'll see another 2-2 pitch. Tigers batting in the bottom of the 3rd, leading the Angels 3-0. The count goes full to Zobrist. And coming into this game with 61 walks. He walked 3 times last night. Now the 3-2. And he walks with 1 out here in the 5th. So Ben aboard again. And here's Luke Scott. He's the difference in this game right now. He hit that split out to right field.
He jumped all over it, got it right off the ring. Catwalk up there. Now he has swung the bat well against the Indians this year.
See Luke, 2 home runs behind Pena with the team lead. 45 runs batted in to lead the team. Morrison goes out to spend some time with Ubaldo Jimenez.
Well, he's going to have to throw some quality strikes here. You know, we talked about the split that hung, and Luke Scott was able to hit it out to right. Well, up in Cleveland, Progressive Field, he took a fastball dead center off Jimenez.
Luke Scott taking a big cut and a miss. Strike one. Run 5 hits for the Rays, no runs, and 1 hit for Cleveland. Zobrist at first. The Indians have the shift on for Luke Scott. And it's down 1-1. To first. Back in goes Ben. Covered up by Marson. 2-1. Runner takes off. The pitch is a strike, and the throw is in time. Zobrist caught stealing. Cabrera put the tag on him. So Ben, who swiped the base in the first, is out trying to steal in the fifth.
Well, everything worked out for the Indians here. A fastball, a good transfer and throw by Marson. Right on the money. Watch this. Gets rid of it all very quickly, and is strong and accurate with the throw just to get Ben Zobrist by a hair.
Well, Marson had a chance there with the fastball to throw him out. He did. Now the count is full on Scott. Marson had thrown out just under 10% of runners trying to steal this year. Last year, it was over 33%. He made a nice throw on Zobrist. Scott sends a fly ball into left. Duncan in his tracks reaches up to make the catch. We're through 5, and it's 1-0 Tampa Bay.
The Rays lead the Indians 1-0 as we head to the 6th inning. As the day started, the Tigers had 48 wins. They were the second wild card team. 5 others had 47 wins. Well, today in Detroit, little day baseball as Johnny Peralta gets things going for the Tigers here with his double past Peter Borges. That would score Prince Fielder. 1-0 Tigers. Very next batter, Alex Avila, opposite way against Jerome Williams. That would make it a 3-0 Detroit lead as Mike Trout leaps but can't quite make the stretch. And it is still 3-0 Max Scherzer so far with 3 shutout innings. Back to Dwayne.
All right, Todd, thank you very much. Todd again all over that wild card race.
Hey,
it's going to be fun.
Todd Callis, the man in the field, getting it done.
Wild in the field on the wild card. And this is the way it stacks up right now. How about that?
That is pretty amazing. And Joe hit the nail right on the head. I mean, this is exactly what baseball probably had envisioned. Look how many different markets and teams are involved in this race, and shows no signs of really, teams separating themselves. There's just too many involved.
Shin-Soo Choo takes the first pitch, a fastball too low. 6th inning is underway. Yeah, this could go on for the next couple months.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 7 teams all within a game of each other, playing different schedules, team wins and loss every night, different teams, you're dropping and gaining 2 or 3 spots on a given night, depending on if you win or lose. Yeah, it's going to take a while before that's decided. Probably right down to the very end, last day.
It's a strike, 2-1. So just buckle in, enjoy the ride.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Meaningful baseball for a lot of teams well into September.
Bouncer foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bryce had made 83 pitches through the first 5 innings, and he is 2-2 with Choo. Ground ball to short. Sean Rodriguez up with it. Choo is out of there. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, Matt Moore is one of baseball's bright young stars, and you could take a piece of him home with you this Sunday. The first 10,000 kids 14 and under get a Matt Moore bobblehead presented by Dex Imaging. The Rays take on the Mariners as part of Family Fun Day presented by the Tampa Bay Times.
Pretty good follow through on that bobblehead.
And like I said, he lets that pitch go and is very, very happy with the location and action on that pitch.
Mm-hmm. You see that pitch having just a little hop on it.
Yeah.
Given that delivery.
Yeah, that's the face you make on the release of a good 97, 98 up in the zone. Mm-hmm. You see the guy start his swing and you realize you can't catch up to that. And you're happy.
High drive and a base hit into left by Cabrera. Jennings returns it to the infield, and Cabrera is starting to heat up now for Cleveland. So the Rays hope to minimize any offensive damage from him over the next few innings and then get them out of town.
Yeah, absolutely, because he can get hot in a hurry. He's done that the last couple of games. Gets a pitch here that's out over the plate, get that good extension line into left field. Well, here's where David Price, couple of dangerous hitters here coming up. However, the one advantage that David has is you've got left on left, Kipnis and Brantley. David Price very hard on left-handed hitters, very hard on everybody, especially lefties.
The ground ball outs from Kipnis today, and the Rays would welcome that here. First pitch is a strike. He got him on a ground ball. DeZobrist at second in the first, and Wander Rodriguez at short in the 4th inning. Either one of those would do nicely.
Well, you stay away from him with the hard stuff. Get that little two-hopper to Rodriguez. Get the old 6-4-3.
Cut the miss. Stepped on to first, and that was close. Back in Cabrera.
There was a lot going on there. Jose got rid of that quickly. Carlos Pena with a helicopter tag.
Timing element here. Swipe and a twirl.
Romanians gave that a 6-8.
2 is down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kipnis out on strikes. Fastball, registered strikeout number 5 of the day for David Price.
Or better yet, you could just stay down and away with the hard stuff at 97 and have him swing right through it. This is just perfectly placed at that kind of velocity.
Now Michael Brantley, who is the designated hitter. And Brantley has been a hot hitter. Strikeout and the ground out of this game. A little toss to first. Keep an eye on Cabrera. Rays will be staying at home. Seattle coming in. The Indians wrap up this series and they'll head home to take on Baltimore. Move to first, and Cabrera's picked off. He got him, just a quick toss over, and Cabrera is picked off. Price with a perfect peg over there to Pena to pick off the Cleveland shortstop. 1-0. Rays lead through 5.5. The Rays leading this one 1-0 on a home run by Luke Scott in the third. A 1-1 split off the catwalks. Meanwhile, David Price through 6 innings has made 94 pitches, striking out 5. Jeff Keppinger here in the bottom of the 6th inning leading off. He's behind Ubaldo Jimenez, 1 strike. Chopper headed to short. Cabrera with the pickup and the throw. Keppinger retired for the first time after a walk and a triple. Grounds out to the shortstop.
Yeah, and it looked like on that pitch right there that Jimenez dropped his arm angle just a little bit to try to induce that ground ball. Something we've not seen from him so far in this ball game. And it pays off. See how he drops down a little bit here. Touch.
Now here's Matsui. Taking one the other way, foul. Hideki Matsui getting the start in right field. One the count. Hideki struck out in the first, hit a fly ball to right the last time, and is behind in the count here. 2 strikes.
Good sharp little breaker there.
Ground ball right side. Santana with that first baseman's mitt makes the play unassisted. 2 gone. So the bases are empty. And Jennings about to step in. Is wide to Jennings. 1 ball, no strikes. One and one. Two and one. Oh, look out. Pitch coming up and in to Jennings. Boy, that's scary. So Jennings hit by the pitch. This.
You talk about a twofer. Fastball up and in. Jennings, Buckner. Ouch.
You see Buckner staggering under the deflected blow of that pitch right back into the mask. Grateful for the face mask, obviously, but still making sure that everything's in proper alignment.
You know, that deflection, there was, I mean, if 1-2 miles an hour taken off that fastball, if that, I mean, just a glancing blow on Jennings and basically straight onto the mask of C.B. Buckner. That'll knock your jaw out of place.
Yeah, you can see demonstrating the recoil of that. Sort of the whiplash effect.
Getting a little eye test here.
See, Buckner appears to be all right. Gets a little slap on the back from Mark Wegner, and a reshoring hand there of Paul Harker.
Now he's got the number of a linebacker and the spirit as such.
Yeah. Buckner comes out of that all right. Boy, that was a little scary for a moment. So C.B. Buckner will stay on here. Jennings at first, hit by the pitch.
So now all you're doing is betting, gambling. What pitch is Desmond Jennings going to take off? You know this is a perfect opportunity. 2 outs. Desmond down there at first base. They've already been aggressive against him, and as in fact Jose Molina's picked up a stolen base against him. No reason not to here.
Well, there he goes, first pitch, and the pitch swung on and looped into center field for a base hit. Jennings was sliding going in. By the time he picked himself up, no chance to move up. So he's at second with Molina dropping a base hit into shallow center.
Yeah, head down, obviously not aware of the fact that not only Molina swung at the pitch, but that he put it into play. You see Foley's got him coming to third, but can't after a head-first slide.
That's first and second. There's Sean Rodriguez. Pitch is low. So the Rays with base runners again. They've been all over the bases. It's so far the only run for them, the home run by Luke Scott. Jimenez has lived out of the stretch all day. Strike to Rodriguez. 1-1. Oh, and outside. 2-1. Jimenez closing in on 100 pitches. Ball, and this one fouled back off Buckner. This time Marson checking with the plate umpire.
A little bit more of a glancing blow here, but still. Wow, that got him pretty good too.
Fast and furious back there for C.B. Buckner. It's a hazardous zone.
I'll tell you what, they may have to come out and issue a standing 8 count.
Well, he's checking the count, 3-2.
He's got that right, so
far so good. Ball 4. That's going to load the bases. Hit batter, a single and a walk. The bases will be loaded for B.J. Upton.
Well, this week on Fox Saturday Baseball, Josh Hamilton and the AL West leading Rangers head to Anaheim to take on Mike Trout and the Angels. A showdown between bitter division rivals. Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Budweiser, begins at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Central, only on Fox.
Scott Barnes up in the bullpen. The Rays have B.J. Upton about to step in.
As center fielder, B.J.
Upton 1 for 3. And the first pitch to B.J. is a strike. Jimenez starts him with a split finger pitch. Runners everywhere for the Rays, and they're loaded again. There's a base hit fair up the left field line. Jennings scores. Molina scores. Here comes Rodriguez headed to the plate. He will score a double for Upton, and the Rays finally break through. It's a 4-0 ball game on the bases loaded double by B.J. Upton.
Al, you're hoping it was just a matter of time before the Rays could put some cushion. 1-0 game, base runners all game long. And finally, BJ gets a hanging breaking ball and just hammers it right down the line. With 2 outs, everybody's running on contact. That's what allows Rodriguez to end up coming around from first base and scored. Rays now out in front 4-0.
Maniac out of the dugout to make the pitching change. That's it for Ubaldo Jimenez. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS, wireless for all. Golden Diamond Source, your trusted source for over 30 years. And by Subway Restaurants. Play hard, eat fresh. Well, the Rays have built a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded double by B.J. Upton. Driving in 3. He's at second with Carlos Pena about to step in against the new pitcher, left-hander Scott Barnes. Pena 0 for 3 today. As you look at the numbers on Barnes, he's originally with the San Francisco Giants organization out of St. John's University. And the first pitch catches the strike zone on the inner part of the plate. Pena all the way to the backstop and over to third base goes Upton on a wild pitch.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball. Just got away from Barnes and right out of the hand. Trying to throw this pitch down and away, and doesn't really do much of anything. You can see him immediately hand to the pant leg.
Barnes has a little bit of a quirky delivery anyway, and it'll really look strange to see the ball come out of his hand that way.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it looks like it squirts right out of his shoulder. There's a certain amount of deception there, but not expecting it behind you.
The pitch swung on and a liner into center. That's in there for a base hit. Upton scores. It's now a 5-0 game. Upton had bluffed to start down the line and then stop. Barnes made the delivery and left that pitch up. Pena just stroked it into center.
Carlos does a nice job on waiting on that breaking ball, just letting it do its thing. It stays up enough, and he's able to rocket it out into right center field, and the Rays extend that lead.
The run charge to Jimenez. It's now 5-0. The fastball that's down to Zobrist, 1-0. Ball, 1 strike. Pitch wide.
Same issue there.
It almost got away.
Yeah, another breaking ball there by Barnes that almost ended up at the backstop.
2 balls and a strike. It's going to catch the zone. 1-1. So 5 runs in 5 2/3 against Jimenez. 7 hits allowed. Now 1 by Barnes. A chopper to third. Lopez will go to second for the force there on Pena. Fielder's choice. That retires the side. The Rays have a big inning. They get 3 runs on the double by Upton. A 4-run total in the 6th, and they lead 5-0 through 6. move into the 7th inning at Tropicana Field this afternoon. You can follow your Tampa Bay Rays all season long with a 7-day-a-week subscription to the Tampa Bay Times. Subscribe today and get one of the top 10 sports sections in the country. For an exclusive subscription offer, go to tampabay.com/Rays offer. David Price with 94 pitches through 6. He's given up a couple of hits, no runs, 3 walks, and he has 5 strikeouts. Changes defensively for the Rays. Elliott Johnson in the ball game at shortstop. Sean Rodriguez moves over to play second base, and Ben Zobrist scoots out to play right field. Michael Brantley in the batter's box. First pitch as the 7th inning begins with a fastball in for a strike. Joe Madden with a 5-0 lead strengthens the defense a bit here. To the count to Brantley.
David Price finally with a little bit of breathing room. One thing he will do, needs to do, is 7th inning, but continue to pitch as if it's just a 1-0 game. Make pitches, move the ball around, all the things that you've done to be successful to this point. And he has been very good.
It's a little close to Brantley. 1-2. Brantley for the last couple of weeks has hit over 400. 0 for 2 in this game. And there is strike 3 call. Well, he came back with a cutter. He missed with that pitch before. Came back with it, got him looking.
Now, David Price with that fastball in. It's such a tough pitch to get to that Brantley sees this out of the hand, gives up on it, and then looked at late cutting action. Takes it right to the inside corner. No argument. Just a perfectly executed pitch.
Second time he has struck out Brantley looking. Both times in the 4th it was on a good fastball away, and this was the cutter that broke in.
Well, that's the thing, too, with that cutter, whether it's to right-handed hitters and you're backdooring it or you're front-dooring it to the lefties. When you have it set up and then you execute it, you will get that strikeout looking, and that's exactly what happened there. And the hitter knows it, too. Gives up and then says, "Oh, you got me." Off they go.
Here's Carlos Santana. 3 walks issued by Price, 2 to Santana. Pitch is a strike. This will be the 100th pitch of the day thrown by David Price. It's a ball down and in, 1-1. A strike puts him up in the count against the Indians' first baseman today, Santana. 1-2. Rays about hit Cleveland 8-2, hold a 5-0 lead. Oh, and that pitch didn't miss by much.
That
wow.
pitch didn't miss.
Fastball right there at 96. Santana took the pitch and hoped.
Yep, good fastball right there. We've seen so many of those. I mean, that's not even, well, strike 3.
2-2. This one is down. So a full count. 2 and a ground ball to third. Keppinger scoops and throws. Santana's out of there. 2 outs here in the 7th. Angels batting in the 5th. The Tigers have a 4-0 lead in that game. Game in Detroit. Minnesota, the Twins batting in the bottom of the 4th and leading the Orioles 2-1. Mariners will be the next team in this homestand for the Rays. They're playing in Kansas City right now, the top of the 2nd, leading Kansas City 2-0. Lopez out front, strike 1. The Rays have continued to have trouble against the American League Central, coming in just 7-16 against the Central Division. 2 strikes.
Yeah, when you look around baseball too, all the different teams, their records against opposing divisions, that's one of the worst in the game. Hard to figure too.
They've done there. If they had been just a game over 500 against the Central, they would be the team that everybody was chasing to get into the wild card spot. Their record would be even better than the Angels if they had gone 12-11 to this point instead of 7-16 against the Central. That's how crucial those games are. Lopez out on strike. 7th inning stretch time. Rays lead 5-0. Rays have built a 5-0 lead coming into hit in the bottom of the 7th inning. They open the scoring on the Luke Scott home run in the 3rd, and Luke will open the bottom of the 7th facing the left-hander Scott Barnes. Pitch is a strike. Luke 1 for 3 today. That home run is 12th of the year. Ball, 1 strike. sweeping away from him, a slider, and it's a 1-2 count right now. Davis throwing in the bullpen. Scott lifts it toward left center field. That's in there. One hop into the wall. Cunningham plays the carom, and it's a double for Luke Scott against the lefty. Scott with 2 more hits off Cleveland pitching today.
One guy sad to see the Indians leave town. There it is, 2 strikes. Another breaking ball stays flat and up. And Luke Scott just dumps it out into left center field.
So Scott heating up here. 2 for 4 today. Here's Keppinger. Pitch inside, 1-0. Two-0 count. Rays got 5 runs off Jimenez. It's 2-1. Rays 5 runs, 9 hits in this game. They had 10 last night, along with 10 walks. Now the 2-1 pitch. That's a base hit up the left field line. Past Lopez. Here comes Scott in to score. Keppinger's on his way to second with a 2-base hit. The Rays now lead 6-0. That is hit number 10.
Now the Rays starting to pile it down now. A double by Scott. Now Keppinger shoots one right up the left field line. Trade places with him.
So a man in scoring position for Elliott Johnson. First at bat for Elliott. Took over at shortstop and occupies the spot in the order originally held by Matsui. 1-0 the count. Two and nothing. The Rays have a run, 3 hits off Barnes, who inherited a base runner and allowed him to score. And it's 3-0. Luke Scott, who started this inning with a double, is now 9 for 16 in this series. 3-1. He also picked up a stolen base in the series. A triple, a double, a home run, 4 runs scored, and a steal. Johnson lifts it into left center. Duncan coming over from left to catch it. That's the first out.
Well, coming up on tomorrow's Rays Live, the pregame presented by Gulf Coast Honda, you will be happy to watch. I heard it's very good. Interview with Shields and Price together, kind of going back and forth. You don't want to miss that. Have a series preview with the Seattle Mariners, and I will be breaking something down.
Desmond Jennings. Pitch to Desmond is in there for a strike. Desmond has walked, has been hit by a pitch, and has a run scored. And behind the left-hander, 0-2. Ball third base. Lopez scoops and throws offline, but he gets the tag. Throw to the foul side of the bag.
It was an odd looking play there.
It was.
Jose Lopez throwing that ball wide, and Desmond Jennings
pulling up.
Yeah, I mean, maybe afraid of running into this throw. You start to see Santana coming off the bag, but just kind of get himself in a rundown, maybe.
Pitch inside to Molina. 1 ball, no strikes. Jennings found himself in a strange spot there. And eventually tagged out. That's the miss. Molina has walked, has 2 singles, a steal, a run scored. He's thrown out a runner.
Player of the game.
Cut and a miss. 1-2.
Trying to add a home run to that day's work. 2 swings. That's what base stealers do, man. Knock it out.
Yep. Down around his feet, scooped by Marson.
There's Kelly shopping.
Well, that pocket's empty. It's been picked.
Well.
Scott opened the inning with a double. He scored on Keppinger's double. Keppinger at second with 2 outs. And a 2-2 count on Molina. And he's out on strikes. Fastball gets him. Rays score 1, leave 1. On to the 8th. 6-0 Tampa Bay.
And a James Shields t-shirt giveaway. He designs his own t-shirts, and here are his thoughts on tomorrow night's shirt.
This year's is a little bit different than the last couple of years. The first year I kind of went with like a, I guess an affliction type of look. Last year I went with more of like a surfer look, and this year I think it's more of like a retro look. Kind of back in the day where you see like the Marlon Brando type of guys on shirts and stuff like that. So basically what it is it's just me. We got Big Game, Wago G, Tampa 33. It's got 33 in Roman numerals. I thought that was pretty cool, rather than just putting number 33 on there. But no, I like it. I mean, it turned out pretty good.
And the motto on the shirt, guys, says, if you don't like it, pitch better. By the way, I found an accessory perfect for the James Shields t-shirt, the Joe Madden sunglasses. You like the combo, guys?
Todd Callis looks good in anything he wears, doesn't he?
He can pull that off.
He's a perfect model.
I would look like a tool.
I mean, just cool.
Yeah. Yep. It's good on you, Todd.
Well, we go to the 8th inning. Wade Davis in this ball game in relief. David Price working the front 7. Pitch. Duncan starts to go and checks on the high fastball. 2-0. It's Conrad in the game at third base. Pitch is ball 3. David Price worked 7, made 108 pitches, gave up no runs, 2 hits, struck out 7 and walked 3.
Another nice outing, tremendous outing from David Price.
Now a strike, it's 3-1.
And he's been throwing the ball. I mean, his last 5 starts coming into this, he was 4-0. Had a chance here to add on 5 of the last 6.
And the Rays have a 6-run lead. Cut a foul ball. 3-2. Wade pitched an inning and a third Tuesday in relief of Matt Moore. And the Rays won 4-2. Two is foul back. Fastball got in there at 95. Rays had a lot of opportunities early. They left the bases loaded in the first. Got on the board with a run in the third on the Scott home run. Put 4 up in the 6th and another run in the 7th. 3-2 is skied foul. Ball out of play.
Right off the B ring. And straight down.
Yep.
Look out.
Foul territory up there, so it's immediately a dead ball. So we'll see another 3-2 pitch. And that's low. Duncan walks.
Well, the Mosaic Company and the Rays are working together to end hunger through home runs for food. Each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $44,500 has been donated.
Here's the catcher, Lou Marson. He swings and misses, a little late on the fastball. In too tight. 1-1. Price for 7. Now Davis, Jimenez, and Barnes have pitched for Cleveland. Cleveland with Jeremy Accardo up in the bullpen. It's Conrad doing a little groundskeeping from that loose ball in the bullpen. That action has ceased for the moment down there. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Ball, double play ball. Rodriguez, the second one. Johnson's throw to first 2. 4-6-3 on the double play.
Well, you could not have set that up much better. Good pitch there by Wade Davis away, and then here you go. Rodriguez, a nice lead flip to Elliott Johnson. Lets him gather himself and make a nice throw over to Carlos at first.
Cunningham takes a fastball for a strike on the outside part of the plate. And a chopper down the third base side. 2 strikes on that foul ball. The 0-2. Skied the other way and out of play. He gave up the walk to Duncan, then got the double play ball out of Marson. He's ahead of Cunningham. In relief of David Price. Low. 1-2. You're talking about that stretch of games for David Price. This is 6 in a row in which he's given the Rays either 7 or 7 1/3 innings.
Yeah, that consistency, a manager loves that. The idea of, hey, listen, I know my guy tomorrow is going to be out there 7th, 8th inning. You know, it affects not only that day, being excited about sending David Price out there, but how you use the bullpen the day before.
Sure.
How you can use it the day after. You got a horse like that that consistently gives you those kind of innings.
Yeah, he's in line with this win, so his ERA during that stretch is 1.91. The Rays managed to win this one. They're up by 6. It'll be 5-0 in that stretch. Ground ball back to the hill. Toss to first. Cunningham is out. Davis to Pena. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 6-0 Tampa Bay.
The bottom half of the 8th inning on this Thursday afternoon. Time for our Autoway text poll question. Which local product made the biggest impact on the Rays? We have TB1 Wade Boggs, TB2 Johnny Damon, TB3 Matt Joyce, TB4 Casey Kochman, TB5 Fred McGriff. Text your votes to 789-789. We will have that result in our Rays Live postgame show. We also hear from Joe Madden. Have lots of analysis right after the game, right there on Rays Live, presented by Checkers. Guys,
thank you very much, Todd. 1 strike the count to Sean Rodriguez. Jeremy Accardo, the new pitcher, and this one is fouled away. 0-2. Apparently lots of analysis coming up.
Yeah, is this extended extended coverage, Todd? Like, I think that was an oversell.
Swing and a miss. Rodriguez out on strikes. Sean, the first out in the Rays' 8th. Cardo pitched last night. Jack Hanahan's in there at shortstop.
Good glove man.
Play all over the place. Upton takes the pitch down.
I'll tell you what I'm getting excited about is I'm getting excited about Star Wars Day on Sunday.
22nd.
That's it. See, so are you.
This one is shot up the right side. Foul.
If you don't mind, I may do that game in a Stormtrooper outfit.
I'd look forward to that.
Okay. Get my hands on one.
Yeah. Good that you always carry one of those with you.
Don't do it.
No. I have one. You want to borrow it? I'm looking forward to the bar. You know, the bar scene on Star Wars.
Yeah. Good one.
2-1. We're casting for it now. Pitch is low. Three-1 the count to BJ. Takes a big cut and fouls the fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kind of typecasting for Luke, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Luke Scott.
Yeah.
That commercial. Kind of a natural.
Well, he was going nose to nose with the greatest villain of all time.
Foul ball out of play. So we'll see another 3-2 pitch here to B.J. Upton.
BJ with the big hit in this game. Ray's kind of middling along with that 1-run lead. And too many opportunities going by, and BJ said enough of that.
3-2, and he shoots it back down the middle, deep to center. Cunningham all the way to the wall, and it's going to be off the bottom of the fence. Upton on his way to second with the 2-base hit. BJ's 3rd hit of the game, his 2nd consecutive double.
Here it is. That ball just stays out over the plate. I think BJ thought he got this one. See, his ball right down the middle. Cunningham not able to run it down. One hops the wall.
Upton at second for Carlos Pena. Pena 1 for 4. He singled in a run in the 6th. Missed the fastball. Strike 1. Cardo pitching for the 3rd consecutive day. 1 inning Tuesday. Pitched an inning, gave up a run last night. And here this afternoon. right side, foul. 1-2. Rays got 5 of their runs off the starter Jimenez and another run off Barnes. Rays had 6 runs last night, 6 runs today. It's foul out of play. Rays trying to finish the season series even with the Indians, coming in 3-4. They divided 4 games down the middle in Cleveland. And trying to do the same here at the Trop. The 0-2 inside. 2 strikes. And then Seattle coming in. James Shields will open that series tomorrow night. Night games Friday, Saturday. Day games Sunday. Shields, Cobb, and Moore scheduled to pitch in that series for the Rays. And Pena reaching for that one is out on strikes. Got split, and he's out. Number 2 here in the 8th. We'll be with you. Our coverage begins at 6:30 tomorrow on Sun Sports. The Rays take on the Seattle Mariners. Mariners are currently on the road in Kansas City and leading in the top of the 4th, 3-0 of that game. And Zobrist takes the pitch away. Ball, no strikes. Two and 0. Scott would be next if Zobrist could keep the bottom of the 8th going. There's a strike. It's been a good series for Luke. He started this series hitting 200. He's up to 225 right now. Home run and a double in this game. It's popped up. Shallow left. Duncan coming in. He makes the catch. No runs, a hit, and a man left. We go to the 9th. 6-0 Rays.
property of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
6-0. We go to the 9th inning with the Rays leading this game. Wade Davis worked the 8th. David Price the first 7 innings. Shin-Soo Choo to open the 9th inning for Cleveland. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Choo is popped out, struck out, and grounded out. Late there. 0-2. So far, the Rays have limited the Indians to just 2 hits and 4 walks. One and one. Lopez had a base hit in the 5th. Cabrera had a base hit in the 6th, and Price picked him off. It's 2-1 to Choo. Hanahan's going to be next. He's sitting in the spot originally occupied by Cabrera. 2-2 pitch. Cut the miss. Choo out on strikes. Strikeout number 8 for Rays pitching.
Man, just a little bit of movement on this pitch from Wade Davis. Like a little cutter right there. Stayed up in the zone. Gets in on Choo.
The Rays staff looking for its 7th shutout of the year. To strike to Hanahan. 5 of the 6 have been combination shutouts. David Price had that 5-hitter against the Angels back on April the 24th. A complete game shutout. He was also involved in a combination shutout against Baltimore on June the 1st. McGee, Badenhop, and Rodney also participated in that one. A 5-0 Rays win. There's a strike. 1-2. So it's Wade Davis out here, a couple of outs away from closing this one out. The Rays leading 6-0. And strike 3 call. He got it.
I'll tell you what, that is just tremendous right there. Wade Davis, a little backdoor cutter. This one hard to 89 miles an hour. Watch the late action on this. Off to on. Perfect.
How about that? Just a perfect pitch right there.
It really is. There's nothing you can do with that pitch as a hitter.
And now here's Jason Kipnis taking a pitch down. Curveball. 1-0. 2 strikeouts for Davis, 7 for Price. So the Rays staff with 9 strikeouts. Kipnis takes it high. 2-0. There's a strike. 2-1. Most recent staff shutout for the Rays was on the 17th of June. Alex Cobb, Peralta, and Rodney hooked up for a 2-hitter against Miami. And a swing and a miss. So we go to 2-2 on Kipnis. Two balls, 2 strikes. Davis trying to nail down the final out. Down and in around his feet. And the count is full. Now the 3-2 pitch. Kipnis out on strikes. This game is over. Wade Davis strikes out the side in the 9th inning, and the Rays have beaten the Cleveland Indians 6-0. 10 strikeouts for the Rays staff, 7 for Price, 3 for Davis, and the Rays divide this 4-game series right down the middle with Cleveland. 2 wins and 2 losses. And on the heels of last night's disappointing defeat, the Rays got a masterful performance from David Price for 7. And then 2 innings of work from Wade Davis to close it out. B.J. Upton had the big hit. Double with the bases loaded in the 6th inning, broke it open. Luke Scott got the Rays on the board initially with his 12th home run of the year. In the 3rd inning of this game, Rays added another run in the 7th on back-to-back doubles from Scott and Keppinger. So the Rays win their 48th game of the year. Here's the final pitch from Wade Davis.
Well, just a fastball. He pumps right by him. Kipnis with the big swing. He gets it over the bat. And that completes it. 10 strikeouts. Pizza for everybody. 3 in a row.
And
how about it?
3 hours on the nose to play this one. 6-0. The Rays are winners, and Cal is standing by on the field.
Dwayne, thanks. BJ, last night was kind of frustrating. You guys had some opportunities to blow that game open. Important to jump right back to the game and turn things around.
Yeah, definitely. Quick turnaround. Guys a little tired this morning, man, but, we found a way to get it done and came up with some big hits.
How about you? You had the bases loaded today, and the team had the bases loaded a few times last night. Today you're able to come through. What happened on that pitch?
Not trying to do too much. You got to put the ball in play and give yourself a chance, and left the slider up over the plate. Really didn't do much, and I didn't try to do too much with it, and got a base knock.
I know you said the approach isn't any different when you're in the leadoff spot, but you do get a lot of ABs up there. 5 today, 3 hits. It had to feel good just to start the game with that early hit, even though you didn't score in that first inning, just to get things rolling.
Yeah, definitely. That's the job as a leadoff man, is kind of set the table, and I tried to do that today, and got a couple of hits.
With the way David's pitching right now, do you feel like when you get 1 or 2 early, you're feeling pretty good about the way things are going?
Yeah, definitely. If you can get out, to a lead with him, man, it allows him to settle in and pitch his game, and he did that very well today.
Overall, BJ, the Rays have played about 93 games now. When you look at this season, do you feel like your best baseball's still ahead of you?
Yeah, we haven't hit that good streak that we've been looking for. We've kind of been in and out, and hopefully, we can put that run together and get us closer to the top.
Final AB, you hit it to straightaway center. Is that just a place that's almost impossible to leave the yard?
Yeah, this is that's a tough spot to hit it, and that's just the way this ballpark plays. So I'll take the double.
Congratulations on the win, BJ.
Thanks a lot, Todd.
BJ Upton, guys, 3 hits and a 6-0 win. Back to you.
All right, Todd. Rays are winners, 6-0 here. We'll be back with more in a moment.